My name is Richard and I live in Linfield, and my wife and I were looking to have a loft conversion as we wanted to start a family and get a little bit more space from the house. I heard about Neil Smith from Home Transformations through a networking group, and it was really important to me to actually get a builder that I could know and trust before I entrusted them on my property. Following Neil's initial quote, we trusted and liked him so much that we actually didn't feel the need to get a quote from another builder. When we received the quote from Neil, it was incredibly detailed, all the way down to every single last fine point that he would have to carry out. Neil and his team were absolutely amazing to have around the house. They were so respectful of the property. They made sure that dust sheets were down. They made sure that all the items in the garden of value were covered up. Neil really went that extra mile to ensure that whilst he was carrying out the building project on my home, that the rest of the property remained as safe as possible. I only actually commissioned Neil to take on the loft conversion early in January, and our first baby was due on the 1st of April, so it was a very, very tight time frame. I mentioned this to Neil and said to him, did he have any concerns? And he said none whatsoever. He would ensure that everyone was drafted in correctly and in correct timings to ensure that the project was completed on time. And it was absolutely completed on time. Neil's communication with myself and my wife during the project was absolutely impeccable. We knew exactly what days he would be here, exactly what time he would arrive and leave in the evening. Each and every day that he left the premises, him and his team ensured that it was habitable for us as much as possible. And during the entire project, even though the whole roof had to be removed, my wife and I only had to move out for 1 week. The loft for us was always a complete waste of space, and now having what we have here, a very large bathroom, a bedroom and a wardrobe in a space that wasn't being used, we just felt was such an incredible way to transform your home effectively. And actually we still do have a loft space in the eaves, which holds as much stuff as we kept up here anyway, so we haven't even lost out on that space. In my opinion, Neil is an absolute craftsman, so the standard of finish of every single detail in the property was flawless. Any painting and decorating, woodwork was perfect. He really went that extra mile to ensure that everything that he did was as if he would do in his own home. What I liked best about Neil Smith and his team was that they undertake the entire project from start to finish. With some previous builders I've used, I've had to draft in my own decorators to finish the job, fitters and legal and planning applications, and Neil took care of the entire project from start to finish, and I actually didn't have to communicate with anyone other than him to get the entire project complete. I would absolutely recommend Neil and his team to carry out a loft conversion for anyone that is interested in seeing just how much space can be achieved from the waste of space that is a loft. I highly recommend giving Neil a call.